Okay, continuing. नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शांतिर्शान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्. One who is not connected with the Supreme and Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Uktamartham Yatireka Mukhena Dradhayati Nasti iti. In this verse, Lord Krishna, he indirectly reinforces what he has taught just now, earlier, before this verse. Just he reinforces that. Ayuktasya avashikritam manasaha buddhihi atma vishayini pragya nasti. There is no self-intelligence or self-knowledge, or there is no realized knowledge concerning the self for one whose mind has not been brought under his control. Ayuktasya tatrashya pragya rahitasya bhavana parameshwara dhyanam cha. And there is no meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, Supreme Lord, for one who does not have such intelligence or such awareness, self-awareness. Abhavayataha akrita dhyanasya shantihi vishaya uparamaha na asti. And for a person who is not engaged in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no cessation from sense objects. Ashantasya sukham atmanandha na. And there is no happiness, meaning there is no spiritual bliss. There is no happiness for the soul, for one who has not attained peace or cessation from sense gratification or contact with the sense objects. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Aro dekho. And consider further. Jahader parama rasa dhyan nai. Nikrishta ras hoite tahader shanti ki rupe hoite pare. For those who are not in meditation on the supreme rasas, how is it possible for them to attain peace from inferior rasas? Ashanta bhaktir ba param sukh ki rupe labh hoy. And how can a person who is not peaceful attain supreme happiness? Otoev अजुक्त लोकेर बुद्धि एवं परम रस भावनारूप भाग्यवान कखनोई संभव হয় না. Therefore, the intelligence of a person who is not connected with the Lord. Connected with the Lord itself means a person engaged in yoga, or a person whose mind has been brought under control. So how can the intelligence of a person whose mind is not under control ever become meditation on the Supreme Personality of become fixed in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is meditation on the supreme rasas? Indriyanam hicharatam yan mano nu vidhiyate तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur. Ayuktasya buddhir nasti tyupapadayati. Now he demonstrates that for a person whose mind is not under control, there is no intelligence. There is no intelligence, meaning there is no fixing the intelligence on spirituality. Indriyanam swasva vishayeshu charatam madhye yan manah ekam indriyam anuvidhiyate pumsa sarvendriya anuvrittihi kriyate. While the senses are wandering towards their respective sense objects, the person has them follow the mind. Then all the senses are following that. Taddeva manaha asya pragyam buddhim harati. It is that very mind which carries away one's intelligence. Yatha ambhasi niyamanam navam pratikulaha vayuhu. Just as the contrary wind can move away a boat on water, प्रतिकूल वायु नौका के जे रूप अस्थिर करे সেই रूप इंद्रिये विचरणकारी मन इंद्रियानुवर्ती हुआ अयुक्त लोके प्रज्ञा के हरण करे. Just as a wind from the opposite direction or an unfavorable wind makes a boat unsteady, similarly the mind which is following the senses, in other words, the mind which is wandering with the senses, becomes a follower of the senses, and then it steals the intelligence of a person who is not disciplining his mind, who is ayukta, who is not engaged in yoga. Yoga automatically implies that the mind has to be brought under control. Then tasmadyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvashah indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya pragya pratisthita. Therefore, O mighty arm, one whose senses are restrained from their objects is certainly of steady intelligence. Yasya nigrihita manasaha, the person who has controlled his mind, he mahabaho, O mighty arm, iti yatha shatrun nigrihnasi tatha manaha api nigrihana iti bhavaha. So this verse is about a person who has controlled his mind. He mahabaho, mahabaho indicates that Lord Krishna is referring to Arjuna as O mighty armed. The implication is, just as you restrain your enemies, like that you should restrain your mind too. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Otaev, he mahabaho, therefore, O mighty armed, jahar indriyo samasta indriyartha hoite jukta vairagya jog dara nigrihita hoya chetaharai pragya ke pratishtita boliya janibe. Understand that the intelligence of that person who has restrained his senses from sense objects through the practice of yukta vairagya is said to be fixed in his consciousness, fixed in consciousness. (69) या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयम यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. What is night for all beings is a time of awakening for the self-controlled, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Sthita pragyasya tu swatasiddha eva sarvendriya nigraha ityaha yeti. For a person whose intelligence is fixed, control of all the senses is natural. With this in mind, he speaks the current text. Buddhir hi dvividha bhavati atma pravana vishaya pravana cha. Intelligence indeed is of two types. That which is inclined towards the self. In other words, that which is inclined towards self-realization. Vishaya pravana cha. And that which is inclined towards the sense objects. In other words, that which is inclined towards sense experience or sense object experience or sense enjoyment. Tatra ya atma pravana buddhi sa sarvabhutanam nisha. Amongst them, that intelligence which is inclined towards the self is night for all the creatures. निशायाम किं किं स्यादिति तस्याम स्वपन्तः जनाः यथा न जानन्ति तथा एव आत्मप्रवणबुद्धौ प्राप्यमानं वस्तु सर्वभूतानि न जानन्ति. Just as people asleep who are sleeping, they do not know what are the different things that are or that take place at night. Similarly, all the creatures do not know about that which is attained when one's intelligence is inclined towards the self. Kintu tasyam samyami sthitapragyah jagarti natu swapati. Looks like a printing error. Let me check. Printing mistake, correct. Natu swapiti. But during that night, the one who is self-controlled, this refers to a sthita pragya, a person whose consciousness is fixed. He is awake. He does not sleep. Ataha atma buddhi nishtham anandam sakshad anubhavati. Therefore, he directly experiences the bliss of self-realization, the bliss of having one's consciousness fixed on the self, the bliss of self-realization. Yasyam vishaya pravanayam buddhau bhutani jagrati tannishtham vishaya sukha shoka mohadikam sakshad anubhavati. Natu tatra swapati. Swapiti. Here another printing mistake. Natu tatra swapanti. Sakshad anubhavanti. And the creatures, they are awake with regard to intelligence that is fixed on the sense objects. In other words, they directly experience happiness unhappiness, delusion, and so on pertaining to the sense objects. They are not sleeping with regards to that. They are not sleeping with regards to sense enjoyment or sensual experience, with regards to sense, the experience of sense objects. सा मुनेः स्थितप्रज्ञस्य निशा तन्निष्ठं किमपि न अनुभवति इत्यर्थः. But for a sage, but for one whose intelligence is fixed, whose consciousness is fixed, that is his night. In other words, he does not experience the sense objects. किंतु पश्यतः सांसारिकाणां सुखदुःखप्रदान् विषयान् तत्र औदासीन्येन अवलोकयतः स्वभोग्यान् विषयान् अपि यथोचितं निर्लेपम् आददानस्य इत्यर्थः. Rather, he is described as a person who is witnessing, who is seeing. What does he see? He sees the sense objects which give happiness and unhappiness to those who are transmigrating in material existence. So this sage, he is watching, indifferently watching the sense objects in the field of sense enjoyment, and he is not tainted by sense objects which he is meant to experience as appropriate to his previous karma, but he is not stained by it. He is not disoriented by it. आपूर्यमाणम अचल प्रतिष्ठम समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे न शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter into rivers like the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishaya grahane shobharahityam eva nirlepata ityaha apuryamanam iti. To be unagitated while grasping the sense objects, while perceiving the sense objects, while dealing with the sense objects, that is what is called not being tainted by them. He points this out in the text beginning Apuryamanam. Yatha varshasu itastataha nadeyaha apaha samudram pravishanti. Just as the river waters enter the ocean due to monsoon rains here and there. Ishadapi Apuryamanam Tavatibhihi Apyadbhihi Purayatum Na Shakyam. Looks like something's wrong. No, it's okay. They cannot fill up the ocean. Achala pratishtham anatikkranta maryadam. And that ocean, it does not cross beyond its limit. तत्त्वत्येव कामाः विषयाः यं प्रविशन्ति भोग्यत्वेन आयान्ति. Similarly, desirable sense objects, they enter into such a sense-controlled person, a sthita prajna, for him to experience. Still, he is not agitated. That is the point. Yatha apam praveshe apraveshe va samudraha na kamapi vishesham apadyate. Just as nothing happens to the ocean whether these waters enter into it or does not enter into it. The ocean remains ocean. Evameva. Similarly, yah kamanam bhoge abhoge cha kshobar rahitah eva syad sasthita pragyaha. Similarly, that person who is not agitated in the presence of enjoyment or non-enjoyment of desirable sense objects is a sthita pragya, is a person whose consciousness is fixed. Such a person attains peace, shantim, jnanam. Peace here refers to knowledge or realized knowledge. He attains realized knowledge. কামি কখনো শান্তি লাভ করে না. Right? Did I explain the previous verse? I skipped this. Let me go back to text. 69, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Rasikaranjan. हे अर्जुन, बुद्धि दुई प्रकार अर्थात आत्मप्रवणा और विषय प्रवणा. आत्मप्रवणा बुद्धि सर्वभूतेर अर्थात जड़ मुक्त साधारण जीवेर पक्षे रात्रि विशेष. The intelligence of the intelligence that is inclined towards the self is a sort of night for all creatures. In other words, the common living entities that are bewildered by matter. জড়মুক্ত জীব সকল এই ওই রাত্রিতে নিদ্রিত থাকায় তাহাতে প্রাপ্য বস্তুর জ্ঞান লাভ করিতে পারে না. Because these living entities who are bewildered by matter or asleep at night, at that kind of night, they do not get to know about the attainable goal of the person aiming at self-realization. কিন্তু স্থিতপ্রজ্ঞ সেই রাত্রিতে জাগরিত থাকিয়া আত্মবুদ্ধিনিষ্ঠ আনন্দকে সাক্ষাৎ অনুভব করেন. বিষয় প্রবণাভূতিতে জড়মুক্ত জীব জাগ্রত থাকিয়া তন্নিষ্ঠ বিষয়ে শোক মোহাদি সাক্ষাৎ অনুভব করে, কিন্তু তাহা স্থিতপ্রজ্ঞ মুনির সম্বন্ধে রাত্রি বিশেষ. The living entities who are bewildered by matter, they directly experience lamentation, delusion and so on due to their intelligence being inclined towards the sense objects. But that itself is a sort of night for the sage who is a sthita prajna. তিনি তাহাতে সংসারী লোকে সুখ দুঃখপ্রদ বিষয় সকল ঔদাসীন্য ভাবে দেখিতে দেখিতে স্বভোগ্য বিষয় সকল যথোচিত নির্লেপ ভাবে স্বীকার করেন. The rest we already saw. Even for this Apuryamanam, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, কামি কখনো শান্তি লাভ করে না. The person who is possessed of material desires never attains peace. অন্যান্য জল যে রূপ আপূর্যমান সমুদ্রে প্রবেশ করিয়াও তাহাকে ক্ষোভিত করিতে পারে না. Just as just as water from various sources, even when they enter into an ocean which is completely filled, cannot agitate it. কাম সকল যে রূপ স্থিতপ্রজ্ঞ মুনিতে প্রবিষ্ট হইয়াও তাহার ক্ষোভ জন্মাইতে পারে না. অতএব তিনি শান্তি লাভ করেন। Similarly, the various desires, material desires, even if they enter into a sage who's sthita prajna, those desires cannot agitate him. Therefore, only such a person attains peace. 71. Vihaya kamanyah sarvan pumaamscharati nispriha nirmamo nirhankara sashantimadhigacchati. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Kaschittu kameshu avishwasan naiva tan bhumte ityaha vihaya iti. But a person who does not trust these material desires, he does not ever get to experience sense objects. With this in mind, he speaks the current verse beginning Vihaya. Nirhankara nirmamaha iti deha daihikeshu ahantam avata shunyah. Looks like there's a printing error. Shunyaha Vishnu Sarga. But a person who does not have a sense of proprietorship, does not have a sense of self identification or proprietorship towards the body and anything related to his body, he can attain peace. He does not consider the body to be himself, nor does he consider the body to belong to him. He does not consider those products of the body to be himself, nor does he consider the products of the body to belong to him. Such a person, he attains peace. Esha brahmi sthitih partha nainam praptya vimuhyati sthitva syamanta kalepi brahma nirvanam richati. That is the way of the spiritual and godly life, after attaining which a man is not bewildered. If one is thus situated, even at the hour of death, one can enter into the kingdom of God. Upasamharati. Lord Krishna now summarizes with this text. Brahmi, Brahma Prapika. The idea is, let's see. Okay, this is good. This is very good. That is the way of spiritual and godly life. This is the spiritual situation. Meaning, this is the situation that will lead one towards the supreme absolute truth, Brahman. Antakale mrityu samaye api kim punar avalyam. Even at the hour of death. That indicates that what if even at the hour of death one is thus situated, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Then what to speak of someone who has cultivated spiritual consciousness since his childhood? Jnanam karma cha vispashtam aspashtam bhaktim uktavan at evayam adhyaya Shri Gita Sutramuchyate. Lord Krishna has spoken about jnana and karma very clearly. He has spoken about bhakti unclearly. Therefore, this chapter is referred to as Sri Gita Sutram, as the summary of the Gita. Iti Sararthavarshanyam Harshanyam Bhaktacetasaam Sri Gita Sudvitiyo Yam Sangata Sangata Satam. Thus ends the second chapter of Sarartha Varshini, which delights the minds of the devotees in the association of the saints, on the second chapter of Sri Gita. Then let's move on to Rasikaranjan. एक प्रकार स्थिति के ब्राह्मी स्थिति बोले. This situation is known as a Brahmi sthiti, a spiritual situation. Hey Partha, O son of Pritha, jini oi sthiti labh koren, tini moh prapta honna. The person who attains this situation does not become bewildered. Antagale Khatwanga Raja Nai oi sthiti labh korile o tahar Brahma Nirvan labdha hoy. Like King Khatwanga, if one attains such a position, even at his last time, at his final moments, he can attain Brahma Nirvana, he can attain freedom from material existence in spiritual consciousness. Brahma Prapika Sthiti ke Brahmi Sthiti bole. The spiritual situation refers to the situation which leads one to the Supreme Spirit, Brahman. Brahma Prapak Jadam Mukti ke Brahma Nirvan bole. Material liberation that leads one to Brahman is referred to as Brahma Nirvana. Jada hoite Bilakshan Tattir Nam Brahma. Brahma refers to that entity which is distinct from matter. It refers to spirit. Shei tatte avasthit hoile, aprakrita rasalabh hoy. When one is situated on that position, on that spiritual position, then one can attain transcendental rasas. এই অধ্যায়কে গীতা সূত্র বলা যায়. This chapter can be referred to as the summary of the Gita. जे हेतु इहाते विशिष्ट रूपे कर्म ज्ञान एवं अस्पष्ट रूपे भक्ति उक्त होइया छे. Because karma and jnana have been specifically described, and bhakti has been described unclearly. Chapter 3, Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga. Arjuna Vacha. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work? Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Nishkamam arpitam karma tritiye tu prapanchayate kama krodha jigishayam vivekopi pradarshyate. It should be pradarshyate. Here. Pradarshyate, yes. In the third chapter, Lord Krishna elaborates on karma that is offered unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and which is free from material motives. The discrimination to conquer lust and anger is also shown in this chapter. पूर्ववाक्येषु ज्ञानयोगात् निष्काम कर्मयोगाच्च निस्त्रैगुण्यप्रापकस्य गुणातीतभक्तियोगस्य उत्कर्षम् आकलय्य तत्रैव स्व औत्सुक्यम् अभिव्यञ्जयन् स्वधर्मे संग्रामे प्रवर्तकं भगवन्तं सख्यभावेन उपालभते जायसी. In the previous statements, from the previous statements, Arjuna has gathered the super excellence of transcendental bhakti yoga that leads one to a position beyond the three gunas. He has understood that such transcendental bhakti yoga is superior to jnana yoga as well as nishkama karma yoga, which means to engage in karma yoga without any material motives. And Arjuna, he exhibits his enthusiasm towards that particular activity known as transcendental bhakti yoga. So, in a spirit of friendliness, he criticizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who's impelling him to engage in his swadharma in the form of a war. Jayasi Shrestha Bhuddhihi Vyavasayatmika Gunatita Bhaktihi Ityarthaha. If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work, intelligence refers to the resolute determination. That resolute determination is nothing but bhakti yoga that is transcendental to the three modes. Ghore yuddha rupe karmani kim niyojayasi pravartayasi. Why are you then engaging me? If this is actually superior to that, then why are you engaging me in this horrible activity of karma in the form of my war? Hey Janardana. He refers to Krishna as O Janardana. Janan, Swajanan, Swagyaya, Pidayasi ityartha. Janardana here indicates that Krishna is tormenting his people by giving them such orders, injunctions. Nacha tava agya kenapi anyatha kartum shakyate ityaha he Keshava. And your order cannot be disobeyed by anyone. He indicates this by referring to Lord Krishna as Keshava. Ko Brahma Ishaha Mahadevaha Tavapi Vayase Vashikaroshi. Keshava is derived from Ka, Isha, and Va. Ka refers to Brahma. Isha refers to Mahadeva. You even control Brahma and Shiva. Va signifies that Krishna controls. So Keshava refers to one who controls Brahma and Shiva. So you even control Shiva. So how can your order be nullified? It is not possible. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, हे जनार्दन, हे केशव, कर्मादि अपेक्षा व्यवसायत्मिका गुणातीता भक्ति विषयनी बुद्धि यदि तोमार मते श्रेष्ठ হয় তবে কি জন্য আমাকে ঘোর যুদ্ধরূপ কর্মে নিযুক্ত হইবার অনুমতি প্রদান করিতেছ? O Janardhan, O Keshava, if intelligence fixed on bhakti that is transcendental to the gunas in the form of the resolute determination to please Krishna is superior to karma and so on, then why are you allowing me to engage in this activity of karma in the form of this horrible war? Yamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vadanishchitya yena shreyohum apnuyam. My intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial for me. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Bho vayasya Arjuna satyam gunadita bhaktihi sarvotkrishta eva. First he spells out Lord Krishna's thoughts, and then he will begin to explain the verse. Lord Krishna's thoughts were as follows. Oh friend Arjuna, it is a fact that bhakti that is transcendental to the three modes is the supreme process. Kintu sa yadrikshika mat aikantika mahabhakta kripa ekalabhyatvat purusha udyama sadhya na bhavati. But it cannot be attained by human endeavor, because it can only be attained by the mercy of a great devotee who is absolutely fixed on the Supreme Lord. And that mercy of such a devotee is yadrikshika. It is unpredictably available. It's unpredictable. Because when that devotee comes and he throws that mercy, then you can accept it. But when he is not around, he doesn't throw it to you, you cannot get it. You cannot get it by your human endeavor. Ataha eva nistraigunyo bhava gunati taya mad bhaktya tvam nistraigunyo bhuya iti ashirvada eva dattaha. Therefore, I have only given a blessing to you. Nistraigunyo bhava. Become transcendental to the three modes. Meaning, become transcendental to the three modes by engaging in my bhakti that is transcendental to the three modes. Whenever there is a discussion of engagement in bhakti that is transcendental to the three modes, we should remember that this is with reference to primary bhakti yoga. Karma which is performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord is called karma that is offered unto the Supreme Lord. And when it is performed without material motivations, it's called nishkama karma or nishkama arpita karma, to be even more specific. And that is what is referred to as gauna bhakti yoga, secondary bhakti yoga, by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He accepts that on the basis of statements by Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that. So, coming back to this, so I gave this blessing. Such a yada phalishyati tada tadrishi adrichikai kantika bhakta kripaya praptam api lapsyase. So I have only blessed you that may you become transcendental to three modes. When that blessing fructifies, then by the mercy of a devotee who is absolutely fixed on me and whose mercy is unpredictable, then when you attain his mercy, then you will attain freedom from the three modes of material nature. Sampratam tu, but now, karmanyeva adhikaraste iti maya uktam eva iti chet satyam tarhi karma eva nischitya katham na brushe किम इति संदेह सिद्धो मा क्षिपसीत्याह व्यामिश्रेण इति. But now you have told me I am only qualified to execute my material prescribed duties. Is it not? Yes, that is true. So then why don't you just finalize that I must engage in karma alone? Why don't you say that? Why do you drown me in an ocean of doubt? Arjuna might think like this. These are all Arjuna's thoughts. Arjuna has thought about what Krishna is thinking when he told him that activity which will take one beyond the three modes of material nature. So he has been thinking about that, and therefore he came to this conclusion, and he speaks Vyamishrena eva vakyena. The text beginning Vyamishrena. Visheshataha asamyaktaya mishranam nanavidartham milanam yatra tena vakyena me buddhim mohayasi. You are bewildering my intelligence by speaking words which are completely muddled up in concepts, in conceptions. You are specifically bewildering me. Tatahi karmanyevadhikaraste ityuktvapi siddhya siddhya samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So even though you spoke karmanyevadhikaraste, you only have an eligibility to engage in karma. Still, you said siddhya siddhya samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga is equanimity while being equal towards perfection and non-perfection. Buddhi yukto jahati ha ubhe sukrata dushkrite tasmad yoga yujyasva yoga karmasu kaushalam iti yoga shabdavakyam jnanamapi bravishi. So you have referred to jnana, the process of jnana, using the word yoga. You have said that person who's fixed in intelligence and who gives up both pious and impious activities, and that person actually gives up both piety and impiety. A person whose intelligence is fixed gives up piety and impiety. Therefore, you should endeavor to attain yoga, and yoga is expertise in engagement in karma. Here, the word yoga actually refers to the platform of jnana. So you have told me that I should come to the platform of jnana. Yada te moha khalilam ityanena jnanam kevalam api bravishi. And you have also told me about attainment of exclusive engagement in jnana. That means when you come to the jnana platform, you no longer, when you completely come to the jnana platform, you no longer engage in karma. This is kevala jnana. Of course, bhakti is included, that is there, but you no longer engage in karma. This also you have said. Kim chatra iva shabdena tvat vakyasya vastutah nasti nanartha mishritatvam. He has used the word iva. Iva means like, as if, apparently. You have apparently spoken words which are muddled up in conceptions, but factually you have not mixed in all these different teachings. Napi kripaloho tava man mohana ichha, and you are merciful. Therefore, you would not be having a desire to bewilder me. Napi mama tat artha anabhigyatvam, nor am I inexperienced in these teachings. Kintu spashtikritya eva tava kathanam uchitam iti bhavaha. But he implies that it is appropriate that you clarify these subject matters. You explain these things with clarity. Ayam gudhobi prayaha. This is his confidential intention. Rajasat karmana hastakashat satvikam karma shreshtham. Satvik karma is superior to rajasic karma. Tasmadapi jnanam shreshtham. Superior to that is jnana. Tacha satvikameva, and that is certainly satvik. Nirguna bhaktischa tasmad atishreshthaiva. And primary bhakti yoga, which is beyond the three modes of material nature, is much superior to that. Tatra sa yadi mayi na sambhaved iti bhrushe. If you say that that is not possible for me, tada satvikam jnanam eva ekam mam upadisha, then just teach me one thing, how to engage in the activities of jnana, which is in the mode of goodness. Tateva dukhamayat samsara bandhan mukto bhaveyam iti. Then I would become liberated from the bondage to material existence, which is full of misery. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, তুমি আমাকে যে সকল উপদেশ প্রদান করিলে শ্রবণ করিবা মাত্র তাহা পরস্পর অমিলিতার্থবোধক বলিয়া বোধ হয়. You have given me merely by hearing the instructions that you have, all the instructions that you have given me, it appears that they are not, they appear to convey teachings that are not mutually those teachings appear mutually contradictory. কোনস্থলে বা তুমি ভক্ত কৃপা লভ্য নির্গুণ ভক্তির উপদেশ করিলে. Sometimes you have given me instructions regarding primary bhakti, which is transcendental to the three modes of material nature, which can be attained only by the mercy of such devotees. এবং স্থানান্তরে, and in a different place, আবার again আমার কর্মাধিকার প্রকাশ করতঃ, considering me to be eligible to engage in karma, আমার কর্মানুষ্ঠানে অনুজ্ঞা করিলে, you permitted me to engage in the activities of karma. ইহাতে আমার বক্তব্য এই যে, so this is what I have to say. রাজস কর্ম হইতে সাত্বিক কর্ম শ্রেষ্ঠ. Sattvic karma is superior to rajasic karma. Ebang taha apekha gyan shrestha, and jnana is superior to that. Jnana sattvic karma vishesh. Jnana is also a set of activities which is sattvic in nature. Jodi amar nirguna bhakti labher adhikar na hoiya thake, if I am not eligible to attain bhakti that is transcendental to the three modes of material nature, tobe amake sattvic karma orthat jnana shiksha adao. Then give me instructions on engaging in sattvic activities. In other words, teach me to engage in the activities of jnana. যাহাতে সেই জ্ঞান দ্বারা আমি সংসার বন্ধ হইতে মুক্ত হই. So that by means of such jnana I can become released from the bondage of material existence. কর্মাধিকারী কে কর্ম শিক্ষা দেওয়াই ভালো. To give a person eligible for karma instructions on karma is good. অতএব নিশ্চিত বাক্য দ্বারা উপদেশ প্রদান কর. So please instruct me with definitive statements. Text 3. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. लोकेस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मयानघ ज्ञानयोगेन सांख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनां. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who try to realize the self. Some are inclined to understand it by empirical philosophical speculation and others by devotional service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O sinless one, formerly this has been said by me. In the world there are two kinds of faith. For the faith of the empiric philosophers through the linking process of knowledge, and through the faith of the devotees by the linking process of devotion. Notice the expression Karma Yoga, Yogi, Jnana Yoga, Sankhya. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur. Atra Uttaram. The answer to this question, Yati Maya Paraspara Nirapekshav Moksha Sadhanattvena Karma Yoga Jnana Yoga Vuktau Syatam Tada Tad Ekam Vada Nishchitya Iti Tvat Prashnaha Ghatate. If I had spoken to you about Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga as being mutually independent processes to attain liberation, then your question that I speak only one set of instructions. In other words, I give instruction which is promoting one process. That question would be appropriate. Mayatu karmanishtha jnananishtha vatvena yad vaividhyamuktam tat khalu purvatra dasha bhedadeva natu vastutah moksham pratya adhikari dvaividhyam mityaha. But I have spoken about two types of faith. Faith in karma, faith in jnana. But that is because one comes earlier and one comes later. Not that both of them are simultaneously eligible for liberation. He speaks this in two verses beginning with Loke. Vividha, vihprakara, nishtha, nitaram sthitihi maryada ityartha. There are two types of nishtha, two types of faith, or two types of statuses. There are two statuses. Pura prokta, purvadhyaye katitha. I spoke this previously, meaning I spoke this in the previous chapter. Tam evaha. And he speaks about those two types of faith. Sankhyanam sankyam, jnanam tadvatam. Sankhya refers to the process of knowledge. So, the process of knowledge for those who are engaged in that process, Tesham Shuddhantah Karanatvena Jnana Bhumikam Adhirudhanam Jnana Yogena Nishtha Tenaiva Maryada Sthapita. For those whose minds have become pure and who have climbed onto the platform of Jnana, to be fixed in Jnana is appropriate for them. So that has been placed as their position. Atra loke te jnanitvenaiva khyapita ityartha. In this world, they are referred to as jnanis. This is the meaning. Tani sarvani samyamye yukta asita matpara ityadina tatha shuddhantah karanatva abhavena jnana bhumikam adhirodhum asamarthanam yoginam tad arohanartham upayavatam karma yogena madarpita nishkama karmanaha nishtha maryada sthapita. And in texts such as Tani sarvani samyamye yukta asita matparaha, being focused on me, having controlled all the senses, one should become fixed in yoga. This verse refers to the yogis. The yogis are those who are incapable of climbing onto the platform of jnana, and they are engaged in a process by which they would become capable of climbing onto it. This is for these people the platform of karma yoga, referring to Bhagavadarpita Nishkama karma, to engage in karma without any material activities while performing them for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has been presented as their limit. It is their limit. This is where they should be. They should not try to go beyond it until they become purified. This is their boundary. That boundary has been well defined. Similarly, there's a boundary for the jnana, for those engaged in the jnana system. That has also been well defined. Te khalu karmitvenaiva khyapita ityartah. And these people are only referred to as karmis. Dharmyadhi yuddha sheyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate ityadina tena karminaha jnaninaha iti namamatrenaiva dvaividyam. By engaging in war that is dharmic, for a person for a kshatriya who engages in dharmic war, there is nothing else which is superior. So through statements like this, it has been established that these people are meant to engage in the activities of karma. Now, karminaha jnaninaha iti namamatrenaiva dvaividyam. It is only by this label that they are considered to be of two different types. Vastutastu, in reality, karminaha eva karmabhihi shuddha chittaha jnaninaha bhavanti. In reality, it is these karmis who, by engaging in the activities of karma, become pure in mind and they become jnanis. Jnaninaha eva bhaktya muchyante iti mad vakya samudayartha iti bhavaha. And he implies that these jnanis themselves, through engagement in bhakti, become liberated. So these jnanis, they attain liberation, but it is through bhakti. So in that way, this is the totality of the teachings that I wanted to convey through my words. This is being implied here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhagavan Kohele, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Ami purvadhyaye jaha buliyachi, tahate amar এইরূপ উপদেশ নয় যে সাংখ্যযোগ ও কর্মযোগ পরস্পর নিরপেক্ষ মোক্ষ সাধনোপায়. I did not instruct in the previous chapter that Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga are mutually independent processes that lead to liberation. Bhakti Yog Vedit Moksha Sadhana Upay are kichui nai. There is no process for attaining liberation other than Bhakti Yoga. সেই ভক্তি যোগ সাধন বিষয়ে নিষ্ঠা দুই প্রকার, but the platform from which one can attain bhakti yoga is of two types. যে সকল ব্যক্তি শুদ্ধ অন্তঃকরণ তাহারা জ্ঞানভূমিতে অধিরূঢ়. Those persons whose minds are clear, they have already climbed the platform of jnana. তাহাদের সাংখ্য জ্ঞান যোগেই নিষ্ঠা বর্তমান. They are fixed in the yoga of Sankhya Jnana. They are fixed in jnana. For them, that is the process. অন্তঃকরণ শুদ্ধ করিবার জন্য যে কর্মযোগ নিষ্ঠা তাহা তাহাদের আদরণীয় নয়. They are not meant to honor faith in Karma Yoga, which is meant for those who are meant to purify their mind. Tahara Shankha Yoge Nishtadarai Bhakti Yoge Adhirudha hon. Such people, through faith in Sankhya Yoga or the system of Jnana, climb on to the platform of Bhakti Yoga. যাহাদের অন্তঃকরণ শুদ্ধ হয় নাই, তাহারা ভগবদর্পিত নিষ্কামক কর্মযোগ দ্বারা জ্ঞান ভূমিতে আরোহণ পূর্বক অবশেষে ভক্তির দ্বারা মোক্ষ লাভ করে। Those people whose minds are not pure, not yet pure, engage in karma yoga without any desires for sense enjoyment in this life or the next life, and they offer these activities unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, they engage in these activities to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order that He might bless them with purification of heart. They climb on to the platform of Jnana, and then finally through Bhakti they attain liberation. বস্তুতঃ ভক্তি ভূমি লাভ করিবার যে সোপান তাহা একই মাত্র। Factually, there is only one ladder to come to the platform of bhakti. আরোহী দিগের অবস্থা ক্রমে নিষ্ঠায় কেবল দুই প্রকার হয়। For those who are climbing according to their status, faith is of two types. In other words, those who are on the platform of karma, they should have faith in the process of karma. Whereas those who have climbed one step further, they have climbed onto the platform of jnana, their faith is meant to be on the platform of jnana. They are not meant to have faith in karma because they have gone one step ahead. Text 4. Na karmanam anarambhan naishkarmyam purushoshnute nacha sanyasanadeva siddhim sammadhigacchati. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. By non-performance of prescribed duties, a man does not achieve freedom from reaction. Nor is it that by renunciation alone can he attain success. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur, Chitta Shuddhya Bhave Jnana Anutpattimaha Neti. In the absence of purification of heart, there is no generation of jnana. One does not come to the platform of jnana if his mind is not yet purified. He speaks that in this text. Shastriya karmanam anarambhan anushthanat naishkarmyam jnanam prapnoti na cha ashuddha chittah sanyasanat shastriya karma tyagat. By not engaging in the activities of karma taught in the Shastras, one cannot attain freedom from reaction, which refers to the platform of jnana. And a person whose mind is unclean, he cannot attain perfection simply by renunciation. In other words, by giving up activities of karma prescribed in the Shastras. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Shastriya karma anushthan na korile nishkarma roop jnana labdha hoy na. By not engaging in the activities of karma as taught in the scriptures, one cannot attain naishkarmya, freedom from reactions, karmic reactions, in the form of jnana. Shastriya karma tyag kurile ashuddha chitta purush ki rupe siddhi labh koribe. How can a man whose mind is unclean attain perfection if he abandons the activities of karma that are prescribed in Shastra? Nahi kaschit kshanam vijatushtatya karma krit karyate hya vashah karma sarva prakriti jair gunai. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur. Kintu ashuddha chittaha kritasannyasah शास्त्रीयं कर्म परित्यज्य व्यावहारिके कर्मणि निमज्जयति इत्याह नहीं इति. But a man whose mind is unclean, when he takes to sannyas, he has abandoned the activities of karma that are prescribed in the scriptures. So he drowns into activities, into ordinary material activities, non-scriptural material activities, into common activities, ordinary activities. He states this in the text beginning, Nahi. Nanu sannyaseva tasya vaidika laukika karma pravritti virodhi tatraha karyate iti. If one objects, sannyasa is actually an obstacle to the engagement of sannyas objects. It is an obstacle to the propensity to engage in the activities of Vedic and worldly activities. Is it not? Anticipating this question, Lord Krishna, he speaks the second half of this verse. Karyate hyavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunai avashah aswatantraha. Helplessly he is forced to engage in all kinds of activities because of the qualities born of the modes of material nature. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Ashuddha Chitta Purush, Shastriya Karma Parityak Kuryao Prakriti Siddha Gundara Uttejita Hoya, Aswatantra Rupe Vyabahari Karma Sakal Korite Thake. The man whose mind is impure, having abandoned activities of karma prescribed in Shastra, becomes inflamed by the modes of Prakriti, and he engages in Vyavaharik karma, ordinary activities, non-scriptural activities. অতএব তাহাদের পক্ষে শাস্ত্র নিষিদ্ধ চিত্তশোধক কর্ম ত্যাগ করা কর্তব্য নাই. Therefore, he is not meant to abandon the activities of karma that are delineated in the scriptures, which purify the heart. Karmendriyani samyamya yaste manasa smaran Indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyacharasya uchyate. One who restrains the senses of action but whose mind dwells on sense objects certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Nanu tadrishah api sannyasi kaschit indriya vyapara shunyah mudritakshah drishyate tatraha karmendriyani. One might object, but we also see, but such a sannyasi is also seen. He is not engaged in any sensual activity and his eyes are closed. What about him? That is implied here. With this in mind, Lord Krishna speaks the current verse. Karmendriyani vakpanyadini nigrihya ya manasa dhyana chalena vishayan smarannaste sa mithyacharaha dambhikaha that person who has restrained his working senses, his speech, his hands, and so on, and on the pretext of meditation, in his mind he is remembering sense objects, such a person is mithyachara, a pretender. He's a proud person. Why is he called proud? Because he does not want to engage in the activities of karma that he is fit for. Therefore, चित्त যাহার শোধিত হয় নাই তাহার কর্মেন্দ্রিয় সংযম করিলে কি হইবে? The person whose mind has not been pure, if he restrains his karmendriyas, his working senses, what would happen? সেই ব্যক্তি কর্মেন্দ্রিয় সমুদয় সংযম করিয়া মনে মনে ইন্দ্রিয়ার্থের আলোচনা করিতে থাকিবে. Such a person, after restraining his working senses, in his mind he begins to in his mind he contemplates on the objects of the senses. That is what would happen. অতএব সেই মূঢ়কে মিথ্যাচারী বলা যায়. Therefore such a fool can be called a pretender. यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्य रभते अर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga and Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. O Arjuna, but one who begins by regulating the senses by the mind, one who begins devotion, regulating the senses by the mind, by utilizing his active sense organs without attachment, he is by far the better. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, etad viparitah shastriya karma karta grihasthastu shreshta ityaha yastu iti. On the other hand, a grihastha who is engaged in the activities of karma taught in the scriptures is superior. This person is the opposite of that pretender. With this in mind, he speaks the current verse. Karma yogam shastra vihitam. The karma yoga referred to here is according to that which is prescribed in the shastra. Asaktaha, aphalakankshi vishishyate. Asaktaha. We are talking about a person who does not have any attachment. In other words, he is not hankering for karma phala. He is not hankering for the material benefits due from the material benefits born out of the activities of karma in this life or in the next life. Not interested in that. He is interested in purification of heart, freedom from lust, anger, greed. Asambhavita pramadattvena, prasadattvena, pramadattvena. असंभावित प्रमादत्वेन ज्ञाननिष्ठादपि पुरुषाद् विशिष्टः इति रामानुजाचार्य चरणाः. Such a person is better than a man who has climbed onto the platform of jnana, because there is no possibility of being bewildered if one takes shelter of the activities of karma prescribed in Shastra. The activities of karma prescribed in Shastra simply refers to the activities of Varnashrama Dharma for men and Stri Dharma for women. Of course, there are common duties for both men and women in Vedic Dharma. There are 30 items These 30 items are spelled out in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 11th chapter, texts 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 21 items of jnana which are common to all human beings practicing Vedic Dharma. There are 9 activities of Vishnu Bhakti which are common to all practitioners of Vedic Dharma. So that is common. That is common. So one who participates in the system of Varnashrama Dharma is better than a person who has taken to sannyas. Now, of course, in sannyas, you may say sannyas is also Varnashrama Dharma, but it is of the nivritti type. You are not engaged in particular activities, you are just abandoning various activities. So he is better, according to Sri Ramanujacharya. Iti Sri Ramanujacharya Charanaha, according to the revered Sri Ramanujacharya. भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर, जिनी मनेर द्वारा इंद्रिय सकल के नियमित करिया कर्मेन्द्रिय द्वारा गृहस्थ धर्मे कर्मयोग आरंभ करियाछेन तिनी ताहाते अशक्त हইলেও मिथ्याचारी अपेक्षा उत्कृष्ट. Whereas that person who has controlled his senses using his mind and engages in the dharma of the grihastha through his working senses and has begun karma yoga, even though he is not capable, he is superior to a pretender. Jehetu apatata ashakta hoileo, because even though right now he may be incapable, कर्मजो करते करते क्रमशः फलाकांक्षा त्याग पूर्वक शक्त होइबेन. He will, by continuously engaging in the activities of karma yoga, then sequentially, gradually, he will give up his hankering for the fruits of karma. He will give up the desire for dharma artha kama, and he will become qualified. He will become qualified to move into the next phase. That is the implication there. Text 8. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hyakarmanah sharira yatra api chatte na prasiddhyeda karmanah. Perform your prescribed duty. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. Do carry out your prescribed duties. Such prescribed work is better than non-engagement in such prescribed work. Even for the sake of your bodily maintenance, even your bodily maintenance cannot be carried out without such prescribed work. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur. Tasmat tvam niyatam nityam sankhyopasanadi akarmanah karma sannyasat sakashat jyayah shreshtham. Therefore, you should engage in your daily duties, such as chanting the Gayatri and so on, which are given to members of the higher three varnas. Karma is superior, and such karma is superior to a person who abandons karma. Sanyasta sarva karmanas tava sharira nirvahopi na siddhyet. If you give up all prescribed activities of karma, you cannot even maintain your body. Okay, then we come to another section. We will deal with this in the next session.